Have you ever felt stuck because you have strong feelings for someone, like you can't move forward? Many people find it hard to let go and feel trapped by their emotions. But don't worry, there are ways to change that. In this video, we'll talk about 10 simple Stoic rules that can help you learn how to let go of someone emotionally. Why is it so important to let go? Seneca once said, "A brave person is free." Letting go doesn't mean you don't care. It means you find strength and clarity within yourself. In this video, we'll explore Stoic ideas that can help you feel emotionally free. By adding these habits to your daily life, you'll find ways to loosen emotional ties, helping you get back your peace of mind and focus on what really matters. Imagine breaking free from the thoughts that hold you back and finding a clear, focused mind. Stoic teachings will help you manage your emotions with strength and wisdom. Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not over outside events. Understand this, and you will find strength." By following these ideas, you'll learn to value your inner peace more than what happens around you. Are you ready to free yourself from emotional attachments and start growing personally? If so, this video is for you. We'll show you 10 Stoic habits that will change how you deal with letting go emotionally. Let's begin by thinking about what really matters in our lives, beyond just having peace of mind. Join us as we explore these rules and work towards a free and strong Stoic mindset. If you liked this video and found it helpful, please click the subscribe button and join our community for more great content. We'd love to hear from you, so leave a comment below. If you're not sure what to say, just type "Emotional freedom starts now." Let's start this journey to emotional freedom together. Rule number 1. Understanding attachment. Have you ever wondered why we cling so strongly to certain people or situations, even when they bring us more pain than joy? What is it that makes us hold on so tightly? And how can we learn to let go? Understanding the roots of our attachments is a crucial step toward achieving emotional freedom and discovering genuine happiness. To explore this, let's draw on the wisdom of Stoic philosophers who have long pondered these very questions. At the heart of attachment lies our ego, the part of us that craves validation and security. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, "Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants." This profound statement reveals that our attachments stem from our desires and perceived needs. When we become attached to something or someone, it's often because we're searching for approval, safety, or a sense of identity from external sources. We mistakenly believe that by holding on, we'll find the fulfillment we seek. But in reality, this clinging only serves to deepen our dependence on things outside of ourselves, leaving us vulnerable and often unhappy. Consider the innocence of a baby who finds joy in simple moments and doesn't yet worry about ego or attachment. As we grow older, our ego begins to assert itself, and we start clinging to people, possessions, or ideas. These attachments can cloud our perception and pull us away from our true selves, the part of us that is capable of finding joy and contentment from within. Have you ever felt that your happiness is tied to someone else's opinion or presence? This feeling is a clear sign that your ego is at the wheel, driving your attachment and making you believe that you need something external to feel whole. The first step toward letting go of these attachments is to recognize them for what they are: constructs of our ego designed to make us feel safe and validated. Ask yourself, why am I so attached to this person or situation? What fear or need is fueling this attachment? By identifying the underlying fears or insecurities that are keeping you tethered, you begin to unravel the hold they have on you. This self-awareness is the first and most important step toward release. Now imagine shifting your perspective and living with love instead of ego. What if you could trust that everything meant for you will find its way to you in time? This change in mindset is incredibly liberating. It's about recognizing your intrinsic worth and capabilities without relying on others or external things to affirm them. As you start viewing your desires and relationships through this new lens, you'll begin to see how much they've weighed you down. Embracing the concept of abundance, believing that there's enough love, happiness, and success to go around, can transform the way you experience life. When you let go of the fear of losing, you often find that life rewards you with even more than you imagined. Detachment, contrary to what some might think, doesn't mean you care less. Instead, it means you understand things more deeply. It's about staying true to yourself and allowing love, not fear, to guide your actions. The journey toward detachment is one of profound personal transformation. It involves peeling back the layers of ego to reveal the strong, loving self that lies beneath. It's about moving forward with lightness, free from the heavy burden of attachments, and being open to new possibilities with a clear and open heart. By focusing on cultivating inner peace and self-assurance, rather than seeking approval or validation from others, you pave the way for a life of true freedom and happiness, a life where you are in control of your own destiny, unburdened by the need to cling to what no longer serves you. Rule number 2. The path to happiness. Have you ever wondered why true happiness seems elusive, as if it's always just out of reach, depending on what others do or on what happens around you? Imagine chasing a rainbow, thinking that if you could just grasp it, you'd find happiness, only to realize it always slips away the closer you get. What if the key to lasting happiness isn't something you need to chase, but something that's already within you, not tied to anyone else? In this exploration, we'll uncover how Stoic ideas can help you discover happiness that doesn't fade with circumstances, and how letting go of emotional attachments can lead to a deeper, more enduring joy. So where does real value come from? Understanding this can help us shift our focus from needing other people or things to feeling emotionally free and fulfilled within ourselves. Epictetus wisely observed, "Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants." This insight invites us to look inward for our sense of worth and happiness, rather than relying on external sources. Think of it like building a house. If you lay your foundation on the shifting sands of other people's approval or possessions, your house will always feel unstable. But when you build on the solid rock of your own inner values, your sense of self becomes unshakable, even in the stormiest times. This understanding is crucial when it comes time to let go of someone or something you've held on to tightly. Letting go isn't about severing ties harshly or without emotion. It's about recognizing that the most important relationship you'll ever have is with yourself. Picture a tree shedding its leaves in autumn, not because it's dying, but because it's making space for new growth. In the same way, letting go can be an act of self-care, a step towards nurturing the inner space where true value and happiness reside. True value comes from within, your character, your wisdom, and how you treat others. How often do we mistakenly believe that our happiness depends on having someone in our lives or gaining their approval? This mindset traps us, making our joy contingent on others' actions. Imagine if a bird thought it needed permission to fly. We often limit ourselves like this, tethering our happiness to others. But what if you realize that the sky has always been open and you've had the freedom to soar all along? This self-reliance is liberating, showing us that our worth doesn't fluctuate based on others' opinions or presence. Detachment isn't about pushing people away. It's about drawing closer to your true self. By focusing on your own growth and nurturing the best version of yourself, you naturally free yourself from the need for others' validation. It's like tending a garden. You don't force a flower to grow. You simply care for the soil, provide water, and trust in nature's process. When you invest in your own growth, you create a garden that thrives independently, blooming beautifully regardless of who walks by or admires it. This self-care becomes a wellspring of happiness that is resilient, independent, and deeply satisfying. So how do we practice emotional detachment? It starts with the realization that you are whole, regardless of whether you receive someone's approval or not. Your journey is about exploring your own potential and enjoying the freedom that comes from standing on your own. Embrace Stoicism's wisdom. Focus on what you can control, your thoughts, actions, and growth. This doesn't mean shutting yourself off from love and connection. It means grounding your emotions in your own steady self. Remember, your self-worth isn't a puzzle with a missing piece that someone else holds. It's a masterpiece in progress, complete in its own right, yet always open to the possibility of adding more beauty from the world around it. Rule number 3, the power of detachment. Have you ever felt like someone else is controlling how you feel, almost like you're a puppet? It's common to see how much we let other people affect us because of our connections with them. That's why learning to detach is so important. Detachment doesn't mean you stop caring about people or situations. It means you learn to live a life where your happiness and peace aren't controlled by others. Why is detachment so useful? Think about what the Stoic philosopher Epictetus said. We suffer not from the events in our lives, but from our judgment about them. Detachment means taking back your power and realizing that even though you can't control what happens around you, you can control how you react to it. Imagine it like this. When you hold on too tightly to people or situations, they start to control you. It's like giving someone else the remote to your feelings, letting them decide how you feel. Their actions can control your happiness, sadness, and even important decisions. Detachment is about getting that remote back and choosing your own channels. Picture your feelings like a kite. Each string tied to something or someone represents a way your emotions can be pulled. If you hold on to too many strings or hold one too tight, you're at the mercy of the wind, which stands for outside events. Stoicism teaches us to loosen our grip on these strings, understanding that while we can't control the wind, we can choose which strings to hold. This doesn't mean you stop caring. It means you become more steady and strong. To make detachment work for you, start by looking at the things or people you're deeply attached to. Imagine yourself holding onto a heavy rope that's tied to an anchor. What is that rope attached to in your life? Is it the need for constant praise or a certain relationship that feels like it defines your happiness? Think about why these things are so important to you. Are you afraid of being alone? Or do you fear losing something that you believe is essential to your well-being? Understanding why you're attached is like finding the knots in that rope, which is the first step in untangling them. Next, focus on activities that make you happy and fulfilled on your own. Imagine yourself exploring a beautiful garden where each flower represents a different passion or interest. By nurturing these personal interests and hobbies, you start to find happiness and satisfaction within yourself. Concentrate on what you can control, your actions, your thoughts, and how you respond to situations. It's like steering your own boat on a calm sea, rather than being tossed around by the waves of outside events. This practice of focusing on your own strength and values helps you build a strong foundation of self-reliance. As you practice detachment, you begin to see things from a new perspective. Picture your life as a big landscape where the clouds represent your outside attachments. As you practice detachment, you start to see beyond those clouds, realizing that your true worth is not tied to outside events. Your value is like a mountain, strong, steady and unchanging no matter what happens around it. This new understanding lets you move forward with a sense of clarity and confidence. Remember what Seneca said, "He who is brave is free." Practicing detachment isn't about withdrawing from life. It's about engaging with it more fully, with a clear mind and a steady heart. By letting go of unnecessary attachments, you free yourself from the burdens that weigh you down, allowing you to approach life with more freedom and authenticity. It's like taking off a heavy coat on a warm day. Once you let go of what's not needed, you can move more freely and enjoy the journey ahead. Rule number 4, embrace the present moment. Do you often find yourself thinking a lot about mistakes you made in the past or worrying about what might happen in the future? Focusing on the present can help you move away from these thoughts and find peace inside. This idea from Stoic philosophy teaches us to enjoy the moment we're in right now, instead of getting overwhelmed by what has already happened or what might happen later. Marcus Aurelius, a wise Stoic philosopher, once said, "Stay in the present." This means focusing only on what's happening right now. When you think about the past, it's like watching a movie of old sad scenes or wishing for times that are gone. Worrying about the future can feel like building a dream castle full of fears about things that might never happen. These habits can stop you from enjoying the present. Practicing mindfulness helps you be fully aware of the present moment. Mindfulness means paying close attention to what's happening right now without judging it. It's about being completely present in whatever you're doing, whether you're enjoying a meal, taking a walk, or talking with a friend. Notice the little things, the taste of your food, the feel of the ground under your feet, the sound of someone's voice. By focusing on these details, you stay connected to the present and worry less about the past or the future. Adding mindful activities to your daily life can really help you stay in the moment. Meditation, for example, helps train your mind to focus on the here and now. Simple breathing exercises can also help bring your attention back to the present. Try to set aside a few minutes each day for these practices. Over time, you'll find yourself less caught up in past regrets or future worries. Being grateful for what you have right now is also part of living in the present. Appreciate the small moments and everyday joys in your life. Focusing on what you have instead of what you don't can change your perspective and help you let go of things that hold you back. By focusing on the present moment, you build a strong foundation of emotional stability and clarity. This practice helps you face life's challenges with a calm and clear mind, allowing you to live more fully and joyfully. If you're enjoying the content, don't forget to subscribe for more wisdom. We share new ideas every day. Thanks, and let's move on to the next topic. Rule number 5, reframe your thoughts. Changing the way you think can make a big difference when you're trying to let go of strong feelings. Imagine your mind as a painting where each thought adds a different color. If your thoughts are dark and sad, your feelings will be too. Marcus Aurelius, a wise Stoic philosopher, once said, "The soul becomes colored by the color of its thoughts." This means that by changing your thoughts, you can change how you feel and see the world. To start changing your thoughts, first, identify the negative beliefs that are making it hard for you to let go of your emotions. These might be thoughts like, "I can't live without this person," "I'll never find anyone else," or "My happiness depends on them." These beliefs make you feel like you need someone else to be happy. The first step is to notice these beliefs. Then, ask yourself questions like, is this thought really true? Do I have proof that this is right? You'll often find that these negative thoughts are exaggerated or not true, which can help you feel less controlled by them. Once you've identified and questioned your negative thoughts, replace them with more positive or neutral ones. Instead of thinking, "I can't live without this person," try thinking, "I can find happiness and fulfillment on my own." Change. "I'll never find someone else," to "There are many chances for love and connection in the future." These new thoughts should give you a more positive and empowering view. To help make these new thoughts a habit, try adding daily affirmations to your routine. Write down positive things about yourself and your ability to be happy on your own, and read them out loud each day. Over time, these affirmations will help train your brain to think more positively. Also, practicing mindfulness, like meditation, can support this process. Mindfulness helps you notice your thoughts without judging, then making it easier to change negative patterns. Ongoing practice of thought. Changing your thoughts is like taking care of a garden. You don't just plant seeds and leave them. You need to water them, pull out weeds, and give them sunlight regularly. Similarly, changing your thoughts isn't a one-time thing. It's something you need to keep doing, where you continuously challenge and replace negative beliefs with positive ones. Think of your mind as a lush garden, where each thought is a seed. By nurturing positive thoughts and removing negative ones, you build emotional strength and resilience. This constant care helps you grow into a more balanced and self-assured person. Building emotional strength. Just like muscles grow stronger with regular exercise, your emotional strength improves when you consistently work on changing your thought patterns. Picture yourself as an athlete training for a race. Each time you face and change a negative belief, it's like running another mile in your training. Over time, this repetitive effort builds your mental strength and control over your reactions. You become better at handling stress and challenges, just like a trained athlete handles tough races with skill and confidence. Gaining confidence and clarity as you keep practicing this mental training, your ability to handle life's ups and downs with confidence and clarity will grow. Imagine navigating a stormy sea with a strong ship. At first, the waves might feel overwhelming, but with practice and better control, you learn to steer through them more easily. Your new way of thinking becomes your guide, helping you stay balanced and focused even when things get tough. This change in perspective allows you to face life's challenges with a calm, clear mind. turning obstacles into opportunities for growth. Embracing a balanced life in the end, this ongoing practice of changing your thoughts leads to a more balanced and fulfilling life. It's like learning to dance in the rain instead of waiting for the storm to pass. As you continue to adjust your thinking, you create a sense of inner stability and peace. Your reactions become more thoughtful and calm, allowing you to handle situations with grace and confidence. This continuous effort helps you build a foundation of emotional resilience so you can face life's challenges with greater ease and confidence. Rule number 6. Set healthy boundaries. Understanding and setting boundaries. Setting boundaries is like putting up a protective fence around your feelings. Just like a fence keeps out things that can harm your garden, boundaries help you protect your emotions and keep your life in balance. If you have trouble saying no or setting limits with others, it's like letting weeds grow in your garden. You need to figure out which behaviors are okay with you and which aren't. Once you know this, tell others what your limits are. This doesn't mean you're being mean, it's about saying what you need to stay happy and healthy. Following. These boundaries shows that you care about yourself and don't rely on others to feel good inside, creating emotional space. When you set boundaries, it's like drawing a line between yourself and others. This line helps you avoid getting too caught up in their emotions and gives you room to think and feel on your own. Imagine you're on a boat with a barrier around it. This barrier keeps the water from spilling in and keeps your boat steady. For example, if someone's actions are making you feel stressed, calmly let them know you need some space or a change in how you interact. This isn't about pushing people away, it's about making sure your mind and feelings are protected. Setting these boundaries helps you keep your own space, giving you freedom and stopping you from feeling overwhelmed. The positive impact of boundaries. Setting boundaries shows that you respect yourself. It's like giving yourself a shield that keeps you safe from getting hurt emotionally. By setting clear limits, you're letting others know that your needs and well-being matter. Over time, this helps you have better relationships based on mutual respect. It's like building a strong, safe house where everyone respects each other's space and feelings. By creating and sticking to these healthy boundaries, you make sure your peace of mind doesn't depend on what others do or think. This helps you focus on your own growth and happiness, leading to a more balanced and joyful life. Boundaries help you take care of your emotional garden, letting you grow and enjoy your time with others. Rule number 7. The illusion of control. Have you ever felt like your happiness depends on what someone else does or thinks about you? Maybe you found yourself believing that if you just try hard enough, you can make your relationships and feelings turn out exactly the way you want. This idea is common, but it's also misleading. Many people hold on to the belief that they can control others' actions or opinions, thinking that if they just do or say the right things, they can shape the outcomes they desire. However, this is an illusion, and holding on to this false belief can lead to unnecessary stress and disappointment. Realizing and letting go of this idea is a crucial step towards finding true freedom and happiness within yourself. Sometimes, we mistakenly think we have the power to control what happens around us and how others react to us. This belief can cause us to care too much about others' opinions, leading us to seek their approval and validation. When we place too much importance on what others think, we become overly dependent on them, and our happiness becomes tied to their responses. Epictetus, a wise Stoic philosopher, once said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This means that while we can't control the events or actions of others, we have full control over our own reactions and responses. By focusing on how we respond, rather than trying to control everything around us, we regain our power and peace of mind. When we believe we can control everything, we might start putting people on a pedestal, believing that their approval is essential for our self-worth. This way of thinking is not only untrue but also damaging. It creates a sense of neediness and desperation, making us feel like we must have something that's actually out of our reach. But when we challenge this false belief, we begin to see that everyone is just as human and vulnerable as we are. No one's opinion or approval is more valuable than our own. Understanding this helps us step back from putting others above ourselves and recognize that our worth is inherent, not something that depends on external validation. To let go of this false idea of control, Start by acknowledging that many things we think we can control are actually beyond our power. This realization can be surprising, but it's also incredibly freeing. When we accept that we can't control what others do or feel, we can begin to focus on the things that are within our control, our own thoughts, actions, and personal growth. For instance, instead of seeking approval from others, remind yourself of the qualities that make you unique and valuable. Understand that your worth isn't defined by what others think of you, but by your own self-perception and the way you choose to live your life. This concept aligns perfectly with another Stoic, teaching from Marcus Aurelius. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. By embracing this idea, you begin to build a strong inner foundation rooted in self-respect and self-awareness. Another helpful idea is to recognize that there is an abundance of good things, like love and happiness, available in the world for everyone. When you stop fixating on the fear of losing one particular person or outcome, you open yourself up to new opportunities and experiences. In relationships, this mindset allows you to love freely without being overly attached to a specific outcome. It helps you to enjoy your connections while maintaining your own sense of worth and independence. You realize that love and happiness aren't scarce resources that need to be clung to, but rather, they are abundant and can be found in many places and forms. Remember, emotional detachment doesn't mean you don't care. It means that you understand your happiness doesn't rely on anyone else. It's about loving and caring deeply, but without the fear of losing yourself in the process. By following these Stoic ideas, you cultivate strong emotional resilience and learn to navigate life's ups and downs with a sense of calm and inner peace. Let go of the false idea that you can control everything and embrace the truth that real power comes from within you, from your ability to control your own thoughts, reactions, and decisions. In doing so, you unlock a new level of freedom, one where your happiness is rooted in who you are, not in what others think or do. Rule number 8. Engage in self-care. When was the last time you did something just for yourself? In the hustle and bustle of daily life, it's easy to forget the importance of self-care, yet it's essential for emotional independence and building a strong, self-sufficient life. Imagine self-care as creating a cozy, secure home where you feel safe and content. Just as you wouldn't ignore a leaking roof or broken windows in your house, you shouldn't overlook the needs of your body and mind. Taking care of yourself is like maintaining your personal sanctuary, ensuring that it remains a place of peace and strength. Seneca, a wise philosopher, once said, "A sound mind in a sound body is a short but full description of a happy state in this world." This simple yet profound statement reminds us that true happiness comes from caring for both our physical and mental well-being. Think of self-care as tending to a beautiful garden. You water the plants, pull out the weeds, and make sure they get plenty of sunlight. Similarly, your body thrives on regular exercise, which not only keeps you healthy but also boosts your mood by releasing feel-good chemicals called endorphins. For your mind, activities like meditation, deep breathing, or even a quiet walk can act like a gentle rain, washing away stress and bringing a sense of calm and clarity. But self-care isn't just about the basics. It's also about nurturing your passions. Your favorite hobbies are like the bright, colorful flowers in your garden. They bring beauty, joy, and a sense of accomplishment. Whether it's painting, reading, gardening, or playing music, these activities feed your soul and help you discover happiness from within. They're not just pastimes. They're essential parts of your self-care routine, providing you with satisfaction and fulfillment that don't rely on others. When you invest time in these hobbies, you're cultivating a garden of joy within yourself, blooming with the things that make your life vibrant and meaningful. Supportive connections, your friendly neighbors, just as a house feels more like home. When surrounded by friendly neighbors, your life becomes richer when you have supportive friends and family by your side. Imagine these relationships as a circle of neighbors who are always there when you need them, ready to lend a hand or share in your celebrations. Supportive people bring warmth and joy into your life, offering a sense of belonging that makes you feel part of a caring community. These connections remind you that you're not alone, providing a network of emotional support that helps you navigate through life's challenges and celebrate the good times. Having such relationships is like having a safety net that catches you when you fall and lifts you up when you need it most. Building your self-care foundation. Self-care is the cornerstone of a well-balanced life. Think of it as constructing a strong, secure foundation for a house. Without a solid base, even the most beautiful home would crumble under pressure. Similarly, without self-care, it's difficult to maintain your overall well-being. This foundation isn't about isolating yourself or being self-centered. It's about ensuring that you're taking care of your body, mind, and emotions in a way that keeps you strong and resilient. Just as a well-built foundation supports a house through storms and sunny days alike, your self-care practices ensure that you remain steady and grounded no matter what life throws your way. Preparing for life's challenges. Life is full of unexpected challenges, much like a house faces storms, earthquakes, or harsh weather. By prioritizing self-care, you're not just pampering yourself. You're reinforcing the foundation of your life, making sure it can withstand whatever comes your way. This preparation is key to facing life's challenges with confidence and grace. A strong self-care routine is like a sturdy roof and solid walls. It protects you, keeps you safe, and allows you to navigate difficulties with a clear mind and a calm heart. When you take the time to care for yourself, you're building a personal fortress, strong enough to handle any adversity. Living a happy, independent life. Ultimately, self-care is about more than just surviving life's challenges. It's about thriving. Imagine your life as a beautifully constructed home where you feel secure, comfortable, and at peace. When you focus on self-care, you're not only preparing for the tough times, you're also setting the stage for a happy, independent life. This well-built home represents a life where you can truly enjoy and appreciate the good moments, where you stay grounded and true to yourself. By investing in your own well-being, you're creating a space where you can flourish, a place where you can live a life that is fulfilling, balanced, and truly your own. This is the essence of self-care. It's the foundation, the garden, and the home in which your best life can grow. Rule number 9, detachment in practice. Have you ever had a hard time moving on from past experiences or relationships, feeling stuck and worried about what might happen if you let go? Many people hold on tightly to things, even if they hurt, because they're afraid of the unknown. But what if letting go could lead to something better? Let's learn how to practice letting go using ideas from Stoic philosophy. As Epictetus wisely said, wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. This idea is very useful when it comes to emotional attachment. Are you ready to let go of the past and make room for new opportunities? Think about holding onto a rope so tightly that your hands start to hurt. You're scared to let go because you don't know what will happen. The truth is, letting go doesn't mean you'll fall. Sometimes it means you can finally reach for something even better. I learned this the hard way when I stayed in a comfortable relationship because it felt safe, not realizing I was missing out on other happiness that could have come my way. Have you ever been afraid to let go of what you know just to avoid the unknown? Here's another important point. The fear of missing out, or FOMO, is just a trap. It's like watching everyone else's best moments on social media and feeling like you're missing out. But remember, social media only shows the highlights, not the whole picture. When I stopped comparing myself to others and started focusing on my own life, FOMO lost its grip on me. Do you often compare your life to others? It's time to break free from that habit. Not knowing every detail of someone else's life doesn't mean you're missing out. It means you're fully enjoying your own life and making special moments, just for yourself. Believing in a false idea of happiness can make it hard to let go. You might see others living amazing lives and feel like you're falling behind. But remember, the grass always looks greener from far away. Up close, you'll see it has its own problems too. Trying to match someone else's perfect life can take away from your own joy. It's like running on a treadmill trying to catch a fake image. No matter how fast you run, you'll never catch it because it's not real. Letting go isn't about giving up happiness. It's about finding happiness in your own way. To get good at letting go of strong emotions, focus on what you can really control: your thoughts, actions, and personal growth. Imagine your mind as a garden. You can choose which seeds to plant and which weeds to pull out. Just as a gardener takes care of healthy plants and removes weeds, you have the power to grow positive thoughts and actions while letting go of what doesn't help you. Think about this. No one's opinion, past relationships, or even a perfect picture on social media should decide your worth or happiness. These outside things are like passing clouds that can hide the sun, but don't change the fact that the sun is always shining. When you understand this, you create a protective shield around yourself. This shield helps you stay steady and true to yourself, no matter what others say or what you see online. Letting go of these attachments doesn't mean you are giving up on what you once cared about. It means you are freeing yourself from what is holding you back. It's like cleaning out your closet to make space for new, better-fitting clothes. When you let go of these emotional weights, you open yourself up to new joys and meaningful connections that life can offer. It's a brave step toward creating a life that matches what you truly want and value. So remember, letting go isn't the end. It's the beginning of a new chapter full of possibilities. It's a bold move toward finding the life you truly deserve. By focusing on what you can control and learning to let go emotionally, you make space for personal growth and richer experiences. Each step you take away from unnecessary attachments brings you closer to real happiness and a more fulfilling life. Focus on the present and try not to get stuck thinking about the past or worrying about the future. Social media can make you feel anxious and upset. The past can hold you back, and the future can make you nervous. Seneca and Marcus Aurelius knew this and taught us how to manage these feelings to live well in the present. We've added a link in the first comment to help you handle these negative feelings and live a good life like the Stoics. Check it out. Rule number 10. Practice gratitude. Have you ever noticed how fixating on what you lack can make you desire it even more? It's like staring at an empty cookie jar and suddenly craving cookies more than ever. Practicing gratitude can be a powerful way to shift your focus and ease the process of letting go of someone or something. By concentrating on the positive aspects of your life and acknowledging what you're thankful for, you begin to feel more content and fulfilled rather than constantly yearning for what you don't have. Gratitude helps you see the richness in what you already possess and diminishes the feeling of emptiness or need. One simple way to practice gratitude is to write down 3 things you're thankful for each day. They don't have to be grand or extraordinary. Small moments of joy count too. It could be the warmth of the sun on your face, a heartfelt conversation with a friend, or the satisfaction of a delicious meal. Each time you jot down these positive experiences, you train your mind to focus on the abundance in your life rather than what's missing. As Epicurus wisely noted, do not spoil what you have by desiring what you have not. Remember that what you now have was once among the things you only hoped for. This quote reminds us to cherish our present blessings and recognize that what we have now was once a dream. Integrating gratitude into your daily routine not only enhances your emotional well-being, but also aids in the process of letting go. When you cultivate a habit of appreciating what you have, it becomes easier to release things or people that no longer serve you. Instead of feeling deprived or lost, you start to embrace a sense of abundance and peace. This shift in mindset leads to a more harmonious and joyful life, where you feel more secure in your own value and less reliant on external sources for happiness. If you're enjoying the content, see this next video with amazing wisdom for you.